Hello everybody, and I hope you're doing well. I'm coming to you from a rainy Stratford, so let's go. But according to Rav's opinion, that association with an oath is not considered an oath. The Braita poses a difficulty, as it indicates that association with a vow is considered a vow. A corresponding rule should apply to an oath. The Gemara answers, Rav could say to you, resolve the difficulty posed by the Braita and say that the Braita teaches this. Rashi explains that according to Rava, the Braita does not discuss a bond as a distinct type of prohibition that one can generate, but rather addresses the nature of the prohibition generated by a vow. The Torah contains no explicit reference to prohibition generated by association. We really understand Rava's opinion to be that just as an association with an oath is not an oath, so too an association with a vow is not a vow. According to the Rava's interpretation of the phrase, when a man vows a vow to the Lord, as meaning that a vow must be associated with an item forbidden by means of a vow, is not referring to regular vows, but to vows that generate prohibitions that apply to everyone, such as vows of consecration, see the Baal HaMaor and the Ramban. By contrast, the Rif and Tosfot explain that Rava also holds that vows can be stated through association, and the dispute between Abai and Rava is limited to oaths. Some explain that according to Rava, association is possible with vows, but not with oaths, because it is only in the context of vows that the Torah legislated association, specifically saying, when a man vows a vow to the Lord, in Sefer Hashlama. Others explain that this distinction is a function of the essential difference between vows and oaths. Since a vow renders an object forbidden directly, that prohibition may be extended by associating another object with it. One says that this object is like that one, and in doing so, the inherent prohibition extends to the new object. Oath, by contrast, concern the one who took the oath, in that he renders some action prohibited to himself, with the prohibition of the object being only and the indirect result of the oath. Since the object itself is not intrinsically forbidden, it is impossible to extend the prohibition to another object, said Duran. According to the Midrash, even Rava holds that an oath generated by association takes effect. The dispute between Rava and Abaye is with regard to whether one is liable to bring an offering if he violates such an oath. The explanation of the Rava is similar. He claims that the prohibition, he shall not break his word, applies in case of association, and that even though one does not bring an offering for an oath on an utterance in cases of unwitting violation of the prohibition, one does receive lashes in cases of intentional violation. Which is the bond of a vow mentioned in the Torah? The basic type of vow in the Torah involves associating some item with another item that's forbidden by vow, such as